And now let's do business. It's brought to you always by EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank. And the world races to end climate change by being sure we're all environmentally friendly. And for Ghana, we seem to be lagging behind as it has been ranked, or our country has been ranked 124 out of 180 countries in the 2018 Environmental Performance Index, the API. A visit to some steel factories at the Free Zones area somewhat supports this development, as Charles Aite is finding out on how the toxic emissions of smoke isn't just destroying the environment in that industrial zone, but also killing slowly the very factory workers there.
I was met with a cloud of smoke when I got to the Tema Free Zones enclave, an area that houses most steel factories. You would need one of what I'm wearing, a nose mask, if you'd have to survive a day or two here. But for the cases of most factory workers, they have no option than to inhale these high sulfuric smoke each and every day as they embark on their daily activities. The thick plunge of smoke there darkens the environment, making it hard to see or breathe.
If I vomit, you hear blood coming. It's the same smoke.
Felix is one of many factory workers at the Free Zones enclave whose work location is at the mercies of these emissions. He says he's been frequently to the hospital for the past 2 years.
The smoke coming from that place to our yard is too much. It's totally too much. We can't take it. We can't take it. And they even say if you employ new come 3 days, 2 days, you stop the work and go because of the smoke.
Poor air quality kills people. Today, a World Health Organization report suggests that bad outdoor air is the cause of some 4.2 million premature deaths annually since 2016, out of which about 90% of the deaths are from the low and middle income countries, including Ghana.
We've sent letters. Managements have done all what they can do to send letters to the EPA, letters upon letters, pictures and video, all information that the EPA need to know so that they will take action have been sent to them, but yet nothing has been done.
Joy Business visited the website of the Free Zones Authority that requires that all factories must be environmentally friendly.
At times in the morning you see that all your eyes make red. Somebody would think maybe you smoke or something, but it is a smoke.
Unsafe smoke emissions here have left some factories who don't indulge in heavy industrials packing. Joy Business engaged some workers of a steel factory who say they are not only losing their lives, but their jobs as well.
When you get to the house, you become weak. But if you didn't come to the worker, then the company too is losing. And this one too is causing unemployment.
This is where I feed my family from. So if I stop the work or if I'm declared redundant, where am I going to get work that will support me to feed my family?
At first, customers used to come like 40, 50 customers a day. But since we came in the morning, we had only 3 customers. And this one, I could see that the company is gradually collapsing.
In search for answers, I caught up with the Deputy Chief Executive of the Environmental Protection Agency, EPA, Ebenezer K. Apasapon, who explained interventions being made by the EPA to prevent such development from happening. You have seen the videos, you've seen the pictures. Should this be the case, actually?
Well, certainly that is not the case. Whenever you have pollution from any industry, then it's evident that their systems are not efficient. Okay, so that shouldn't be the case, yeah.
So why are they still, churning out this smoke into the environment, affecting workers, affecting the ecospace?
Well, as I said, it means that their systems are not efficient. But these are not issues that we were not aware of. There have been complaints to our office in Tema, and even here in Accra, which we have investigated. We've met the companies, the 2 companies, United and then Ryder Steel. We met them. As per our procedures, when you have such non-compliance issues, you engage them after your investigations, and then you would agree on a certain roadmap or a program to ensure that this is fixed and fixed permanently. And that is something that we've done in the past. When you go through our records, there have been several exchanges of letters, of plans, what they would do. And indeed, they've initiated some of the steps, but they haven't completed them. Our recent visit to some of the two companies, both Ryder and United, showed that they have some plans in place to fix the problem. It's just that it's taking too long to resolve the issue. Okay, and that's why you are seeing that. And in the case of United, there was some correspondence that indicated that they had stopped production for about a year because they had an issue at the factory, and started, I think, in February or so. But what is happening there is very unacceptable, I can assure you.
So what then should be the next way out? Because per standards, you have even rightly stated that, what they're doing is wrong. And even if we were to apply the same standards elsewhere, they should have been shut down by now.
Yes. As I said, the procedures allow industry to come up with a solution, okay? And usually we give some time for them to fix.
So what specific time? So what time frame? Kindly help us understand the time.
In this particular case, I think we've exhausted that process. Okay, our records indicate that, and our engagement indicate that we've exhausted that process, and we are not waiting anymore. As I speak, we wrote to Ryder on the 1st of July to shut down operations and then fix the problem before we can allow them to work. Okay, we have a team in the field now, not necessarily for this purpose, but they will also follow up to ensure that there's compliance with that directive. So that has been dealt with. When
you say that has been dealt with, it's going to be kind of debatable, because these were photos that were sent to us as of yesterday.
Yes.
And we're still in July. It means they are not complying.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, that the first step is to notify them. The next step is for us to ensure that they comply with the directive. And that we have a team doing compliance enforcement in Tema as I speak. I'm sure our regional officer will confirm it when you go there. And I've instructed them to ensure that they visit that site to make sure that they are indeed shut down operations. You should also understand that industry is not like shutting a door. Yeah. Sometimes it takes time to do these things. So we are aware of some of these challenges, but indeed we will follow up to ensure. If they don't comply, we will take additional measures, to ensure that is done. We have various. Of course, we can physically shut the place up. We can also seek a court order to go to shut it up. Provided we are within the confines of our law. Okay, that's what we'll do. Okay. The United, we got a correspondence. We've engaged them as late as yesterday. Our officer was on the ground to check what the current situation is like, and the report I got was that it's still very bad. So indeed they claim they've put in some interventions here and there, but it's still a bad situation. So you should see some action in the coming days. Hopefully Monday, Tuesday, you should see some action taken.
Has United also extended their duration? They haven't met the compliance duration.
Yeah, certainly. Now, they've all gone past the period. Sometimes when you are dealing with these issues, there are other issues that you need to take into account. Of course, pollution is pollution. It has to be dealt with immediately. But you always want to give them that time to fix. If they are not able to fix, then you have the next step to do. And it's not unique to them. We've worked with other steel companies in Tema who have managed to turn around the situation. Sometimes we even give them an option to reduce the production levels. Maybe instead of using a certain number of furnaces, you say, can you stick to one? Let's monitor the emissions. Okay, if it's okay. Then in the period whilst you are working on fixing the problem permanently, you can stick to that one line of production. And then we do consistent or constant monitoring to ensure that the problem is solved. But in this particular case, I think that hopefully Monday, Tuesday, you see action. Yeah.
Beyond that, some research from the Environmental Protection Index did show that Ghana has dropped, we continue to drop since 2017 on the index globally. And some of the issues that were raised was that of steel factories cited as specific areas, and even pollution in our residential areas as well. What do you think the best solution could be? I mean, how are you intensifying efforts to ensure that the Ghanaian environment is safe?
Well, there are various things that need to be done. I mean, if you recall, this year our focus for the World Environment Day celebration was on air pollution and its impact on our health. Okay, and you have various sources of pollution which is creating issues for us. If you take at the domestic front, you have burning of waste in our communities. We have even the way we cook. Is also another one that causes a lot of indoor air pollution. You have issues with waste management generally. Burning. When you go to Abublushi, you have that old problem there, and then you have these industrial discharges into the atmosphere. So you need to apply various solutions. Okay, when it comes to the electronic part of it, there's a whole act that has been with the regulations that was done in 2016. We are in the implementation phase, and there have been other interventions trying to engage the Abublushi people, provide some better technologies that will prevent them from burning to extract the material that they need. So that is one front. When it comes to industry, we've just passed the Ghana environmental quality standards. It used to be guidelines, just this year, and we are working on various regulations to back them up. Okay, so that will even make it easier to enforce some of these things. When you know that you emit beyond a certain limit, these are the sanctions that you will be applied. But that notwithstanding, we still have our EPA Act and our mandate to ensure that these people are operating within that front. I think that we've done a lot of work on the steel companies. We still have these two very difficult situations that we are dealing with. But I think that we given a little time, we'll be able to solve that problem and solve it permanently. I have seen some of them turn around. So once we begin to apply the necessary pressures and sanctions, I think that this problem will be solved.
Okay. With Ghana ranking 124 on the 2018 Environmental Performance Index (API), there is a wake-up call on government to begin to initiate even more stringent measures to make the country environmentally safe. For Joy Business, Charles Aite reported.
Well, that was great insight into what we're doing as a country, all we need to do in relation to making sure that climate change is nipped in the bud. Well, I hope that you enjoyed that great business story on AMBiz. It's brought to you by EcoBank, your Pan-African bank. But we told you there was some great conversation with some of these brilliant young students of the 3 schools who are contesting in the finals of the National Science and Maths quizzes. Of course, they're going to take place tomorrow. We have Pescobar, Ogasco, and Presec, Odadia. But in the meantime, you can find them right on your screens. And also make sure you check them out on our social media handles. Facebook, JoyNews on TV. We have a Twitter handle at JoyNews on TV. And you can also catch us live as we stream through a channel on YouTube, Major Online TV. Brilliant geeks. Well, all of them are nets, I'm told. But they are so eloquent as well. And we'll be speaking to Kojo Yankson next in this interaction. Stay with us.